Hey guys, welcome to Song Science. In this first video for the series Theory Thursday, I want to go over the major scale and the major key. It's kind of the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about, so I think it's a pretty good place to start. I'm sure this sounds familiar to you. Da 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 da. That's the major scale. That's it. If you've ever watched Sound of Music, you've heard the song Do, a deer, a female deer, and that song's talking about that scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's a major scale. That's all there is to it, and it sounds happy. It's used in a lot of songs. You can just take the 7 notes from that scale and use them to build songs. Just those 7 notes. There are lots of ways to play this scale on different instruments. On guitars, there are different shapes. You can use the 3-note per string shape. Or you can use a shape more closely based on the pentatonic boxes. In piano, the shape you play changes based on what note you start on. But no matter how you play it, the major scale always has the same construction. You start on a note, then you go up a whole step, then another whole step, then a half step, then another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and then a half step, and you're back an octave higher than you started. And no matter where you're starting from, you can just go whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, and you'll build a major scale. Now, you can build what are called triads, because they are 3 notes played at the same time. Let's try and make some triads with that major scale. Here's the C major scale again. And we're going to build these triads by starting on a note, and then skipping the next note in the scale, and going to that note in the scale. Then from this note, skipping the next note, so you can see it makes that shape. None of the notes are right together like that. Just right here. And this is called the 1 chord because it's built off of the first note in the scale. And we can see that this makes a major chord, or a major triad, and there is a major third between the root note and the third of the chord. So we have 4 half steps, a major third. Now let's see what happens when we build one off of the second note. This is going to be the 2 chord. And we see that we get a minor chord. And so the 2 chord, the second chord of the scale, is minor. That chord's minor as well. Now we get back to a major chord. So the 4 chord is a major chord, and so is the 5, which is a G major in the key of C major. G major chord. Then this is the 6th chord, and it's going to be minor. Now this is the 7 chord, and it sounds a little bit different from the rest, and that's because it's what we call a diminished chord. And if we break down the intervals right here, we go up 1, 2, 3, so that's a minor third. 3 more half steps. So a diminished chord is a minor third and then a minor third on top of that. And you see that I was only playing the white notes, which were the notes I played when I played the C major scale. And that's how you know which notes to use when you're building a triad in the key of C major if you want to keep it diatonic. I wasn't playing like this and then skipping and going up to an E flat, because an E flat isn't in the key of C major, and so that's how you build those diatonic triads. Let's go through them one more time. We have the 1 chord, C major, 2 chord, the 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, the 7th chord, and we're back up to the 1 chord. Now you notice that some of those are uppercase and some of those are lowercase, and the major chords are the uppercase Roman numerals. But then the minor chords are lowercase Roman numerals. So the 2 chord is lowercase, or if we build this one off of the 6th scale degree, then that's a 6th chord, and that's minor as well. So we denote it with lowercase Roman numerals. And then that 7th chord of the scale has a little degree symbol by it, and that tells us it's a diminished chord. If we have the lowercase and the degree symbol, that means it's a diminished chord. We're back up to a major chord. And those Roman numerals are very helpful because you can be in any key and get a feel for what the chords are doing within that key. So you can say that there's a 1 chord in F major, and then if you want to go up to the 4 chord of F major, you go right there. And across the keys, the 1 and the 4 have the same relationship, and the 1 and the 5, and all of the chords within a key have the same relationship. And that's why the Roman numerals are very helpful for musicians, where sometimes you have to transpose or play in different keys. Or if you just want to get a feel for how the song is going to sound, those Roman numerals can help you kind of hear the song in your head a little bit, maybe. And when you're writing a song in a major key, you can just use those 7 chords and it'll sound pretty good. They're called diatonic chords, which means that if you play them together, they're going to fit together fairly well. Diatonic just means to play through the set of notes. So it's kind of predictable, but that doesn't make it bad. A whole lot of music has been written just on the major scale. And so it's a really good place to start. So if you're writing a song, you think, oh, this kind of sounds happy. The major scale sounds happy a lot of the times. Or if, the first chord you play is a major chord on your guitar, then you can use those 7 chords and the chord qualities to build your song, and you know you're headed in the right direction. So for the next installment of Theory Thursday, I'm going to talk about the minor scale, which is like the darker version of the major scale, and it's also really useful and it's really popular, so I think you guys are going to like that. If you liked this video, please subscribe and like it, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you guys, and until next time.